Everyone is hyper aware of security at these games, and today the American government issued an advisory. It's warning airlines that fly into Russia about toothpaste, saying recent intelligence suggests terrorists might try to smuggle explosives onto planes by using toothpaste tubes. Our own Global News team is in Sochi now, so are many of Canada's athletes. Security is, of course, on their minds, but the main focus is on competition and going for gold. Our Eric Sorensen has been talking to some of the athletes, and he begins our coverage from Sochi. Eric?
Donna, the world's greatest winter athletes are arriving here in Sochi. At $50 billion, these Olympics are by far the most expensive, and they are the largest for a Winter Games. A record 88 countries will compete for 98 gold medals. Some of those gold medals will contain pieces of the meteorite that streaked into Russia a year ago. Well, the venues behind us are ready, and Canadian athletes say so far they like what they see.
Hi.
Almost by the hour, Canadians are coming in waves to Sochi, Russia. Curlers, skiers, and the best in winter sports from around the world. Perhaps the greatest of all women hockey players, Hayley Wickenheiser, will carry the Canadian flag at the opening ceremonies.
A little bit more, Hayley.
She received a way to go text from her superstar counterpart, Sidney Crosby.
Sydney, it was one of the first texts I got was from Sid to say, wave it high and don't trip.
Hockey is a premier event at the Olympics, and the most successful team in recent years, male or female, have been Canada's women, winning the last 3 gold medals, often as underdogs to their bitter rivals, the Americans.
It is emotional. We have the same passion for our country, for this game of hockey.
A flag raising was held at Canada House in the Olympic Village today. Much is expected here of the entire Canadian Olympic team. No group loves that responsibility more than the short track speed skaters. Since this hold-your-breath sport debuted in 1992, Canada has won more medals here than in any other sport, 25.
The overall team is stronger than it was in 2010, and we are on track.
Like, we have the power and we have the flame. We want to be good. We want to bring medals.
For all Canadians here, competing at the Olympics is the thrill of a lifetime.
It's been really exciting. I can't even sleep already.
Good luck to the Canadian athletes. Well, before every Olympics, controversies emerge, and none more serious than when they're about safety. Remember the Georgian athlete killed while training for the luge in Vancouver 4 years ago. That tragedy prompted immediate changes to the course. Well, here in Sochi, grumblings about the dangers in one of the new extreme sports, snowboard slopestyle, became big news today when American star athlete Shaun White pulled out because of the risks. Global's Paul Johnson is up in the mountain venues above Sochi. Paul?
Eric, Shaun White isn't just a 2-time gold medalist in the halfpipe. He is hands down the most famous snowboarder in the world. So White pulling out of an event in these Olympics, even one that isn't his specialty, is probably the biggest headline that we've seen up here in this mountain cluster so far. White had hurt his wrist on a training run on that slopestyle course earlier this week, and he says that, combined with some concerns he says he has about safety on that course, means he wants to pull out so he can focus on trying to win a 3rd gold medal in the halfpipe. Now, this could dramatically change things for Canada, as Canada has a number of very strong contenders in this event, 2 of whom actually went on the internet today to criticize White for this move. Sebastian Toutant, one of Canada's snowboarders, tweeted, "It's easy to find excuses to pull out of a contest when you think you can't win." And his teammate Max Perot wrote, "Shaun knows he won't be able to win on the slopes. That's why he pulled out. He's scared." Perot later apologized for that. So what are we to make of these concerns about safety on this slopestyle course? There have been a number of injuries so far just in the training phase of this event, and the organizers have already said they're going to modify that course. But I can tell you, the way the Canadian men are responding to this, they seem much less concerned about safety issues here and much more focused on the prospect of winning medals. Eric?
Paul Johnson in the Mountain Olympic Zone tonight. Before the athletes start competing, security of the games is paramount. Our Stuart Greer will look into that very real worry here tomorrow. One Canadian athlete, though, told me there are concerns, but that Canadians have all said they feel safe competing here. Donna?
All right, Eric, thanks.